Okay, so you will see that the slideshow that we did yesterday is being handed out to you guys. Please paste that in your book. Just make sure it's printed front to back. No? When you paste it. Okay. Right. So look at the following examples. Now you guys have done some of them. Fine, thank you. Grade 9. Right. So we said that when we do difference in two squares, we first have to check number one, and maybe make a note there for you. Number one, we must have two terms. Second, must be a minus, yes, between the terms. And then third, we said we must be able to get square root of each term. Right. That we said yesterday, I'm just writing them down. Okay. So we said that our answer will always be two brackets. The first one we usually like making a plus, and the second one a minus. And when we get to the third example, you'll understand why. Yeah? Good. Right. So, number one, we did have two terms. Number two, there was a minus in between. And number three, can I get square root of each? Wat soek jy, Willem? Oh, didn't you find anything there? Just check on the floor. No, he sat over there, so. Niks. Okay. Nothing. His earpods casing. Yeah. Okay. Right. Don't worry. He probably put it in his bag or his pocket or whatever. Okay. So we'll have two brackets. The one with a plus, one with a minus. Can I get square root of 4m squared? Yes, that would be 2m. So then I write 2m first in every bracket. Can I get square root of 25, sorry. Yes, it would be 5. So I write 5 second in each bracket. Yeah? Okay, and that, people, is it. That was factorizing. No. Okay? Once you've done, like we did it now, just always go double check. Is there maybe something else that I can do in the first bracket or maybe in the second bracket? Sometimes there's an added step. Okay, and I'll show an example of that just now. Okay, example 2. Let's just run through our rules. Have we got two terms? Yes. Is there a minus between them? Yes. Can I get square root of each? Yes. Yeah. So then I know I will have two brackets. First one with a plus, second one with a minus. Okay. What is square root of 9x squared? 3x. So I write that first in every bracket. Let's get square root of the second term. So square root of 64 will be 8. So I write that second in each bracket. And that is it. Right. Let's look at example 3. I do have two terms. There is a minus in between. And can I get square root of x to the power 4? Yeah. And can I get square root of 1? Yeah. Okay, so I will have a plus and a minus. What is square root of x to the power of 2? X to the power 4. X squared. Hi, Fatherland. Okay, x squared. What is square root of 1? 1. Okay, now, people, this is the part where I trick you guys. What do you see? What? What can we simplify? Have a look at that one. If I gave you that separately, x squared minus 1, would you be able to factorize it? Because there's two terms. There's a minus in between. Can I get square root of x squared? Can I get square root of 1? So that one can be factorized further. Do you now see why I always put my minus 1, the bracket with a minus, at the back? No. It wouldn't be wrong if it was in the front. No? So I just get into the habit of writing it at the back because then... Because someday if my pen will write, I will give you the answer. That's it. So x squared plus 1 stays like it was. Okay. Now this bracket can go even further. So it will be a next... Julle, ek gaan my vinger begin gebruik en dit is baie lelik. Plus and minus. Okay, so x squared, square root of that will be x. And square root of 1 will be 1. And now I'm done. Okay, so watch out for that. Sometimes, and remember I told you guys, sometimes there's an added step afterwards. So it's not always just one calculation and then you're done. All right. Yeah? Yeah. It won't be wrong if you put the plus 1 at the end, no? Because it's multiplication. It's this bracket multiplied with that one. So order doesn't really matter, right? It's just I got into the habit of writing the plus 1 first and the minus 1 last, so that when I have to take that one further, I know I just add it at the end of my equation. Okay, right. Can I carry on? Can I skip? Okay, next. Over here. Have I got two terms? Yes. Is there minus in between? Yes. Can I get square root of each? No. They saying it? Yes. What's the problem here? I can't get square root of each. But I can get square root of x squared and I can get square root of y squared. So the problem is my numbers. Look at the numbers, 18 and 8. I can take out a common factor. No? If I take out 2 as a common factor, it would be 9x squared minus 4y squared. Oh. Okay, and if we now look at my bracket, have I got two terms? Yeah. Minus in between? Yes. Can I get square root of 9x squared? Yes. And a 4y squared? Yes. So it means that that can be factorized further. Now, what about this 2 in front? It stays there. I can't just throw it away. So the 2 stays, and then I have my next two brackets. So square root of 9x squared will be 3x. And square root of 4y squared will be 2y. Do you guys understand? Woo! Excuse. Sorry, that must be a minus. Go. Why what? Because if you go do FOIL, have a look. Let me use a different example. X plus 1, x minus 1. No? If we do the opposite, if we do FOIL, x times x, x squared, x times minus 1, minus x. These two plus x and those two, -1. Now, what happens is, because that was a plus and a minus, these two in the middle, minus x plus x, will cancel each other out. And that's only because it was a plus and a minus. If they were both plus, it would have been positive x, so then I'll end up with 2x. So, because I have that, I end up with just the first and the last term. Okay, that's why it's got to be a plus and a minus. What two? This two. There's no two. You mean this one? Oh, this one. Okay. Because we saw. Shh, hold on. Hold on. Remember these 3 rules that I made you guys write down here in black. Okay? So let's run through them again. If you look at this 18x squared minus 8y squared, have we got 2 terms? Yes. Have we got a minus in between? Yeah. Then the third requirement is I must be able to get square root of each one of these. But what is square root of 18? Now, you can get it, but it would be a decimal. No? And we said we don't want remainders or decimals. No? And that's why I couldn't start off with doing difference in 2 squares. Okay, so we did an extra step. We said, okay, so what's the problem here? The 18 and the 8. I can't get square root of them. So then we look for a different method of factorizing. And the only other one that we've been taught is common factor. So we took out a common factor of 2. Nice. So that 18, yeah? Yes. Do you get it? So the 18x squared divided by 2 gave me 9x squared. And the 8y squared divided by 2 gave me the 4y squared. And now, because I did that, I can get square root of 9x squared. And I can get square root of 4y squared. So now I can use difference in 2 squares. Does this make sense? Okay. Anyone else? Right. Okay. Let's look at the last one. Yeah. Then you can't use difference in 2 squares. Then you've got to look for an alternative factorizing method. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so example 5, do you guys want to try that one on your own first? It's very similar to example 4. So quickly try that one. Example 5, the blue one. Yeah. Say again. Okay, can we do? Right, so first things first, I wasn't able to do difference in two squares because I can't get square root of 2. And I can't get square root of 162. So I had to take out a common factor of how much? 2. Okay, so let's take out 2. Then I'd have x squared minus 81. Now that bracket I can factorize further because the bracket is difference in two squares. So that will become 2 brackets, one with a plus, one with a minus. What is square root of x squared? X. And what's square root of 81? 9. Okay, you guys good? Right. So now we can mark here. Yeah, people, are you going to get your marks like this? I will give you a mark for the 2 that you took out. No? Then I will either give you a mark for the x squared minus 81 and then a mark for these 2 together, or I give you a mark for the 2, mark here, mark there. So either way, 3 marks. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Now, as I said just now, I'll either give it to you like this, tick here, tick there, or I'll give you a tick for the 2, a tick for the bracket, and then a tick for those 2 together. So either way, it's still going to be 3 marks. Okay. Right. Can we mark quickly? There's a no posy, no. Yeah, number 3 and 4 is your homework, but we're going to mark number 1 and 2 now. So we had x squared minus y squared. That will become x plus y and x minus y. Right. B was 9x squared minus 16. People. Right, so there's number 1. Is there any questions? That's why I'm doing it now. Right, any questions from A to D? You guys sure? Who doesn't understand? Daai gesiggie daar agter. Is jy okay?
I didn't understand anything that's going on. I didn't understand anything in algebra, man. Like, it's been struggling for a really long time. Just, every time you ran repeat over and over, it still wasn't going like it.
Did you try number 1 and 2? Okay, don't grab anything out. I want to see your book just now so I can know how you're thinking. Okay.
No, because the thing is the activities at math, it's easy, but then in the test, I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, but in the test, it's mixed up. That's why. So how many did at number 1? Did you get all of them? Nee, ek verstaan, ja. But that means that you've got to practice a lot of mixed exercises.
And that also I don't understand the ones where there's like
A square root? Square root?
Yes, and then it's like x in the square and it's plus and then another thingy.
Okay, so we got to work with that one as well. Okay. Hallo. Dankie kinders hoor. Wat jy vir jou nog gebruik het vir die ook al. Lekker. Dankie. Thanks. Yes.
So like when somebody confuses me, I put in the square.
Okay, sê gou vir my. How many of you feel that way about square roots and cube roots?
Sometimes it's easier and sometimes it's not. Now I'm thinking the square root, the one that confuses me is when you type a number with an x at the bottom.
Okay, maar dan moet ons net nog van daai oefen. Dis reg. Okay. Okay. Well, ja. Ja. Ja, dis 'n fraction, ja. Okay, right. Kom ons maak net gou hierdie klaar, dan gaan ek die recording stop en dan kan ons gou teruggaan na sulke bits and pieces that you guys don't understand. Okay. Right. Number 2. 2a. 25x squared minus 1 will become 5x plus 1 and 5x minus 1. Right, so 4x squared minus 81. There's two terms. I can get square root of each one of them, and there's a minus in between. So 2x plus 9. 2x minus 9. Okay, same thing here. So it's going to be 12 minus 11y. Oh, sorry, plus. 12 minus 11y. Right. Any questions here? Okay, right. So I'm going to stop the recording there. You guys have to do number 3 and 4. And then the test, people, which is next week, Thursday. We might only be writing up until the end of this exercise. Okay? So there is a possibility of that. I just got to sort it out with one of the teachers, and then I'll tell you guys on Tuesday. Okay. But this weekend, please start studying. When I say study, it means practice a lot. Okay.